Welcome back to Keeping History on Two Wheels, where we give you those little snippets of history that make the bigger picture just a little bit more complete. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. It's right over here. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll be notified whenever we do an upload.
Ever wondered how one man's march could turn the tide of history? Let's dive into General Sherman's unstoppable path from Rome to Atlanta. In the sweltering summer of 1864, General William Tecumseh Sherman led over 100,000 Union soldiers on a relentless march through Georgia. Starting in Rome, they faced scorching heat and fierce resistance. But nothing could deter Sherman's resolve. With a strategy of total war, his troops destroyed railroads, factories, and supplies, and crippling the Confederacy's resources. The infamous March to the Sea was born here, laying the groundwork for Atlanta's fall. Every step they took was a calculated move, designed to break the South's spirit. By September, Sherman's forces stood at Atlanta's gates, a city destined to burn. This wasn't just a military campaign, it was a psychological blow that echoed through the Confederacy. General Sherman's march didn't just capture a city. It marked a turning point in the Civil War. From Rome to Atlanta, his legacy of devastation and determination remains unforgettable. And that, history buffs, is how one unstoppable march reshaped a nation.
In the last video, we talked about how General Sherman took Rome, Georgia, as General Johnston was vacating the city and heading southeast back towards Atlanta. Before General Sherman left Rome, he gave one final order: Rome must burn. General Sherman, having to take Atlanta because of the fact that it was the second most important city in the South, followed General Johnston southeast towards Atlanta. But there was a small problem. There was something in his way. That something was Kennesaw Mountain, where General Johnston was being met by General Hood.
It's time to uncover the fiery clash at Kennesaw Mountain. On June 27, 1864, Union and Confederate forces collided in Georgia. General Sherman led the Union troops, determined to break through the Confederate defenses. Facing them was General Johnston, a master of defensive tactics. The battle raged on with ferocity. Sherman thought he could outflank Johnston, but the dense terrain and fortified positions made it a brutal fight. Cannon fire roared and musket shots filled the air as both sides dug in deep. Despite their best efforts, the Union forces faced staggering losses. Over 3,000 Union soldiers fell that day, compared to the Confederates' 1,000. But this wasn't just about numbers. The battle showed the grit and resolve of both armies, and it left an indelible mark on the history of the Civil War. Kennesaw Mountain wasn't just a clash of arms, it was a testament to the human spirit under fire. So the next time you think about the Civil War, remember this fierce encounter and the soldiers who fought with all their might.
As Sherman was determined to take Atlanta, he suffered great losses at Kennesaw Mountain to the tune of 3-1. Kennesaw Mountain is now a national battlefield due to the importance of the battle. As Sherman was determined to take Atlanta, when he got to Kennesaw Mountain, he suffered losses of 3-1. And even with great losses like that, he pushed on. And by September, he was at the gates of Atlanta.
Today, I'm taking you back to the summer of 1864. The American Civil War was raging, and the Union needed a win. Enter General William Tecumseh Sherman. This man had a plan, and Atlanta was his target. Sherman led his troops from Chattanooga straight into the heart of Georgia. But it wasn't a straight shot. Oh no. The Confederate forces, led by General John Bell Hood, fought hard to hold their ground. Battles raged at places like Kennesaw Mountain, but Sherman was relentless. By July, Sherman's forces had reached the outskirts of Atlanta. The city was fortified and bristling with defenses. Sherman knew a direct assault would be costly, so he laid siege. For over a month, artillery shells rained down on Atlanta, turning it into a war zone. On September 1st, Hood evacuated his troops. The next day, Union forces marched in, and Sherman wired a now famous message to President Lincoln: "Atlanta is ours, and fairly won." This victory was a turning point. It boosted Northern morale and crippled the Confederacy's war effort. But Sherman wasn't done. He'd soon embark on his infamous March to the Sea, leaving a path of destruction in his wake. But that's a story for another day. For now, let's remember Atlanta, a city that rose from the ashes and the man who changed the course of history. Thanks for listening, and remember to like and subscribe for more tales from the past. Catch y'all next time.
Thanks for coming to Keeping History on Two Wheels. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. It's right over here. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you'll be notified whenever we do an upload. Always remember, every trip starts with a step. And well, that step, it starts with you.